folks? Frankie Football here with the recap of Week 6. There are currently 6 teams tied at 3-3, leaving the door open for absolutely everyone. Week 7 starting Thursday night means there are 4 weeks left until the trade deadline. This week's high score of the week put up 161.38 points. This was done by none other than Scott Prime, which I assume is a play on words with his last name and the OG Transformer. Giant robots aside, Keith put up his second high score of the year, tying Joel for most this season. He sits atop the throne at 5-1 and is first in points scored so far. Watch out for that guy. The first matchup of Week 6 was Charlie Brown defeating Mike's team by 27 points, improving him to 3-3 and dropping Mike to 1-5. Charlie Brown is hoping to continue his win streak in Week 7 versus In the Woo. Mike, only 2 games out of the playoffs, is struggling to get into the win column and has a chance at it versus Love Thy Neighbors next week. The second matchup, we had Scott Prime win a close matchup against Steel City. He currently has the number 1 ranked wide receiver, which is Chris Godwin, and the number 2 ranked running back, which is Derrick Henry. He's hoping those two continue their dominance and lead Keith to his first playoff appearance this season. Steel City drops to 1-5 and now has lost 2 nail-biters in a row. The third matchup involved Love Thy Neighbors taking down Fletcher Cox. James, who started 0-3, now has won 3 straight games despite not having Malik Neighbors for 2 of them. Joel, now 3-3 as well, looks to bounce back in Week 7 versus Yo-Yo Ma. The fourth matchup was the matchup of the week. Yo-Yo Ma defeated his brother In the Woo by 20 points. Josh improves to 5-1 and takes a 2-game lead in the race for the division title and 1 step closer to a first-round bye. Justin, who just acquired Jonathan Taylor, looks to see him in the field in Week 7 because he gave up Ahmad-Ra St. Brown. So, it's a big trade, but he also acquired Trey McBride. So, we'll see how that pans out when JT gets back on the field. The final matchup in Week 6 was the Dark Horse as he defeated Remember the Raiders by 20 points. Joe Mixon came back from injury and carried Jake to victory with 27.5 points. Tyler and Jake are now both 3-3 and will look to get above 500 in Week 7. The next segment, we have the Busts of the Week. Leading off the Busts of the Week, we have Dak Prescott. He threw for 170 yards, 2 picks, ended the quarterback 28.
Bust!
Next up, we had Jake Ferguson. He had 3 catches for 11 yards, ended tight end 28.
Bust!
Third on the list, we had Zach Moss. He had 6 carries for 13 yards and a fumble. He ended RB 67.
Bust!
And the final man on that list, with a Mark Andrews type performance, he had 0 catches on 4 targets. He was unranked because he didn't score a single point. His name is Alec Pierce.
Bust!
Here's a little look at the power rankings after 6 weeks. You got Scott Smith Prime leading the way with Yo-Yo Ma right behind him. Then you have 6 teams at 3-3. And then you have Steel City, the defending champion, at 1-5, and Mike's team also at 1-5. We'll see what they can do this upcoming week. Next up, we have the random fact of the week. And due to legal reasons, I can't pronounce her first name, so I'm introducing this lady as Miss Shelley. Miss Shelley?
Miss Shelley, Frankie Football's raised are through the roof. You're gonna have to get your head in the game, okay? So lock in right now. Lock in.
Okay. Hello, welcome to Week 6. I am Mary Shelley. Here are some fun facts about Davante Adams, the star wide receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders, recently traded to the New York Jets. In high school, Davante Adams wasn't just a standout in football, but also excelled in basketball. He was so good that he earned all-league honors in both sports. Adams played college football at Fresno State, where he was a force to be reckoned with. In just 2 seasons, he caught an incredible 233 passes for 3,031 yards. He led the nation in both receptions and touchdowns, cementing his status as a top NFL prospect. While at Fresno State, Adams caught passes from quarterback Derek Carr, but their connection actually started with family ties. Adams attended high school with Carr's older brother, David Carr, a former NFL quarterback. In his free time, Davante Adams enjoys skateboarding, a hobby he picked up during his youth. He's mentioned that skateboarding helps with his balance and focus, which translated well to the football field. During his time with the Green Bay Packers, Adams and Aaron Rodgers developed one of the most lethal quarterback-wide receiver duos in NFL history. Together, the two played for the Packers for 7 seasons from 2014 to 2021, which resulted in over 7,500 yards, 622 receptions, and 69 touchdowns. And now they are reunited again on the New York Jets. Tune in next week for another fun fact.
That concludes the recap of Week 6. Week 7 starts Thursday night as the Broncos head to the Superdome in New Orleans to face a very injured Saints team. Will the Pack catch up to Yo-Yo Ma and Scott's in his prime, or will they run away with the divisions? Stay tuned to find out. Frankie Football, signing out.